today on my morning jog, I decided to start showing something that I've observed on my walks. And as it should be, I'm starting from my community. First thing, as you can see, where I'm standing, it's actually a gutter, but you can't see any gutter. Ahead is a gutter filled with grass, and right in front of me is one that is completely sealed by sand. And as we move ahead, I'm not just pointing out the ills, but also the opportunities. Look at the trucks in front of me on the left side of the road, full of trucks all the way from here to Kpone. So this is the road that links Kpone to Kpone itself, and I've started somewhere in the middle. So trucks lined up all the way to B5 and to the barrier. Now, I see this as an opportunity for revenue generation by the Kpone Municipal Assembly. You see, let me start from here. See the sides of the road filled with sand. And this sand is coming actually from the adjoining roads, and vehicles join this main road from the adjoining road. So this nicely asphalted roads are half filled with sand because the sand is brought from the adjoining roads which are not properly made. Now, why do I talk about these tracks? They are the major sources of this sand coming from the adjoining road. And on the sides of the road where they are parked, you can see it's clearly sandy. Clearly sandy. What it means is that the local government or municipal authority can actually pave these sections of the roads, both on the right and the left, where these trucks park, and actually charge a toll for it. It's a lot of revenue that can be collected from there, or a rent or something. But definitely there's some kind of revenue that can be generated from this. Now if you come back to the gutter, see, I've walked a little further, and still all these gutters are choked, full of sand. And this road that has been constructed with the taxpayers' money will someday be washed away. Definitely be washed away. See, I'm going to walk down all the way to the barrier, the junction, Kpone, and you'd see what I'm talking about. Either overgrown with grass or filled with sand. Well, the grass needs sand to grow, isn't it? And this is the main road, and I'm not sure the authorities haven't seen this because they drive on this road every day. This also brings something to mind, the issue of unemployment. See the grass, the gutter is full of grass. I don't even know there's a gutter there. But back to the issue of unemployment, isn't this jobs for some people to do? Isn't this jobs for some people to do? There are people here every morning sweeping these gutters. It's Silton, not a one-touch deal, but regularly. See the sand on the left side, right side. See all the trucks inside there, truck parks. This area is full of trucks because there's so many warehouses inside there. Look ahead. So many warehouses inside there. So it's a big source of revenue for the local authority. You shouldn't even be having common fund. Things like this can easily generate revenue for you. See here, the gutter doesn't exist anymore. It's gone completely. Filled with sand. And you can see right from here, the road looks so beautiful, but look on the sides of the road. Almost being engulfed by sand. On the sides of the road, black and sand, asphalt and sand. blackened sand, asphalt and sand. Look at this portion. Sand has covered much of the road. It's only those areas that your vehicles usually pass that can be spared. But see, it doesn't portray that this place, there's somebody in charge of this place. Really, see the size of the road? Probably not been swept since the road was done. It doesn't portray that anybody is in charge. And that's saddening. That's what we do to our communities. That's what we do to our environment. Nobody in charge. Nothing controlled. Beautiful GPHA Unity Terminal. So nobody is in charge of these places. And sometimes I tend to think that we need some kind of business people also in these assemblies, so that they can help generate these revenues, make partnerships with the citizens, with companies in the vicinity. I mean, you can give this thing on contract, a certain amount to some contractor, and constantly they would sweep this place and keep it clean. And they will ensure that anything that is wrong on this stretch of the road can be kept clean, and they can be paid at the end of the month. They provide jobs for so many youth. See, it's saddening. And if you want to think about it, like, wow, you want to go and report, who are you going to report to? Because this is not something that has escaped the DCE. He surely knows, and nothing will come out of it. They give you all the excuses here. Sometimes you cry for them because of the inadequate resources, but they can actually generate these resources without antagonizing the community. We are partners in development. See, sand all over. Sand all over. If members of the community can actually jog along this road like this guy Kpone is doing. The last time I did so, as I'm doing today also, I'm actually walking, I'm not sure. A truck passed by me, and the sun that engulfed my face and my whole body, I wasn't lucky because he drove really close to the side of the curb, and that is where the sand is accumulated. So that's GPHA Unity Terminal right ahead. Huge edifice. I hope you can see. The sun continues. And these gutters have been covered. But the danger is also that they will be filled with sand and nobody would know because they are covered. I'm not saying covering is bad. I actually prefer the covering to the uncovered gutters. But see, in a few years you can't even open the covers because nobody really maintains these gutters. It's been done, and that is it for years to come. And the sun begin to engulf it. And I'll show you a portion that is actually experiencing this. The sun getting in gradually, and nobody cares. See, bottles wedging at the corner, waiting to be pushed in by some natural element, rain, water, or heavy winds. Nice road done, beautiful road. I guess all weather. But in a couple of years, you might see something different. See, this section is going to start breaking soon because it's filled with sand. You can already see it's going to start breaking from the mouth here and then get into the main road. Now look ahead. Trucks parked in front of B5, and all that side of the road is just earth, sand, and all the trucks that come into the road will bring some amount of sand, and that keeps accumulating. And this is the opportunity I think the assembly should take by paving all these sides of the road and starting to charge some rent for parking there, some kind of parking fee. Give it on contract if you cannot control it yourself. And let's have a decent community. See the dust from that side. See the dust. All these are joining roads. It's sandy. And that's what is causing all this accumulation of sand. I don't think we can leave it as it is. It needs to be controlled. We cannot use that poverty mentality. Say there's no money, there's no money. All these trucks parking there. It's money. See, all these trucks are waiting on this earth road. This needs to be paved, and these trucks must pay a toll or a charging fee for parking here. See the dust. See the dust with all its health implications. So when I wake up from my bed and I said I'm exercising and walking by this roadside, I'm exposed to several different types of pollution. It's air pollution, not only from fumes from cars, but also from the dust. On the side. It's very easy now because the dust is all over in the air. It's one thing that's annoying in this country, dust. Uncontrolled. We cannot master our environment. Even when God created all these things and handed it to man, he said we should be in charge of it, have dominion over it. Yeah. And so it's quite difficult for residents to enjoy their own environment. We all keep indoors, watching TV, growing the fat, because we cannot just enjoy our environment. Have a place where we can sit in a park or walk around our community, because it's unsafe. Polluted environment, from fumes, from dust, speeding cars that can kill you, and all manner of things. See, trucks parked all the way down to the barrier on both sides of the road, and they need a place to park, surely. The parking is never free in any civilized society. The money is needed for development. Now see the sand gradually taking over part of that. See, that's what I was talking about. See the sand creeping. I'm probably about 600 meters or so away from the barrier, or maybe 400. And this is going to continue all the way to the barrier, sand encroaching the streets. You see all the trucks parked in front of B5. Free parking. Free parking. At the expense of the community. This road may not last because of all these evils that I have mentioned today. See. Yeah. And now you tell yourself, where do pedestrians even walk? Yes, I'm walking on the gutters. Actually, I could walk where the sand is, but it's not advisable. Because I think that place has been demarcated for walking. You see the thick line that divides the main road from that side. Trucks all over, free parking, road getting destroyed, our money is wasted. So I think the Kpone Municipal Authority has a lot more to do. This is quite close to them. This is a huge constituency going all the way, I think, to Apollonia also, but this is right at their doorstep. This is not one of the newly developing areas. It's an light industrial area or an industrial area, and you can actually partner the industries to do this easily. It's a source of employment. It's a source of revenue. Kpone municipal authorities sit up. If you want to pave the sides of the road, you really do not need to use your money. You really do not need to use your money. Find a business person, a finance person, draft a BOT agreement, give it to 2-3 contractors to pave and manage and take the revenues so we pay our debt on a concession basis. And then it belongs to you and you can now generate the revenue for yourself. It's not rocket science. You don't have to have money to develop things like this. We love dust in this country. Add some greens, plant some trees. We hate concrete jungles as well, but you need to balance the two. Add some greens, add some trees, pave it, and make some money. So I walked for no proper sense of the distance, but as you can see, there are still trucks parked all the way to Kpone. So I started from what's the landmark at that junction? It's a road that actually leads to Community 25 affordable buildings. Yeah, that's where I started and walked all the way and almost at Kpone. And you can see on both sides of the road trucks parked. And that's what I'm suggesting. It'd be a source of revenue for the municipality, whilst when they pave and charge a parking fee or some kind of rent. See? And these are heavy stuff. Still, I don't know how the strength of the road is, but if the sun would encroach with all these heavy trucks here, you can actually determine how long this road is going to last. So it's a win-win situation if you can charge some rent even for just parking. See, so these are the kind of adjoining roads I talk about. They're all sandy, going into big, huge warehouses around. And they bring sand onto the road. So you've seen sand on the sides of the road, all along the stretch. It's a truck heavy, man. I haven't seen as many trucks in one area, apart from the port, Tema port, not the port. Or maybe at the port area generally. So it shows you what this area is, an industrial area, and it cannot be as dirty, as dusty as it is, because these industries pay huge taxes. And we'll talk about a different issue later concerning some of these companies around here also. I don't even know if GRA knows if some of them exist here, but some have absolutely no sign to tell what kind of company they are. So I'm approaching the barrier now. It's a major junction, as you can see. So thank you for watching, and I hope that he who is responsible, duty bearers, would see this and consider the ideas for revenue generation and control of the environment to make our community a good place to live. Thank you for watching.